Hello, and this video I will be talking about equations. And first of all, I'm going to talk about classifying an equation as true, false, or open. So an equation like 2 times 3 equals 6 would be a true equation because 2 times 3 is 6 and 6 is 6. So that is true. An equation like 2 plus 3 equals 4 would be a false equation because 2 plus 3 is 5 and it does not equal 4, right? And then an open equation would be something like this: x plus 2 equals 7. And that's open because we don't know what x is. So if x is 3, then this would be false. But if x is 5, it's true. When we're given an open equation, oftentimes our job is to solve it. And so to solve an open equation is to put a number into the variable that would make it true. So for instance, if you wrote x equals 5, that would solve this open equation. Identifying solutions to an equation, we start off by just plugging in given values. So for instance, in this case, if we say x equals 4, is that a solution of the equation? So we plug it in. 2 times 4 plus 5 equals 21. So we say 2 times 4 is 8 plus 5 equals 21. 8 plus 5, I can already tell this is not going to be equal to 21, and so we would say no, that is not a solution to the equation. For writing an equation, let's say we have this paragraph here. So an art student wants to make a model of the Mayan Great Ball Court in Chichen Itza, Mexico. The length of the court is 2.4 times its width. That's a really important sentence. I'm going to underline that. The length of the court is 2.4 times its width. The length of the student's model is 54 inches. What should the width of the model be? Well, let's assume you were given a picture of this court, probably a better picture than this, and the length here is 54 inches, and we need to know what the width is. We're not sure. So if given this picture, we need to know what W is. We can use this sentence that will really help. So we have, let me use a different color here. So we have the length of the court, length, is, that means equals, 2.4 times its width. 2.4 times W. Remember, when you put a number next to a letter, that means multiplication. So the length of the student's model is 54 inches. What should the width of the model be? So originally we put length based on this sentence here. The length of the court is. But in this next sentence it says the length of the student's model is 54 inches. So we can replace that length with 54 because we know the model is going to be in the same ratio as the actual court. So the length of the student's model is 54. What should the width of the model be? This is our equation. For this, we're just writing the equation. We don't need to solve it right now. So that's how you do that. Using mental math to find solutions. So in this case, kind of mental math, I call it the cover-up method. So I would take my hand, put it over the variable and say, what plus 8 equals 12? And almost everybody knows that that would be 4. And then in this case, I would put my finger or my hand over the y, and I would say, well, what divided by 8 equals 9? And so 72 divided by 8 equals 9. So that's using mental math or the cover-up method. To use a table to find a solution, we need to choose values of n to determine if they make this equation true. So I might start with something like 5. Maybe it's 5. Okay, and to check it, I just plug that in for n and see if it was right. So 5 times 5 plus 8. So that's 25 plus 8 is 33. Okay, but we're trying to get to 48, so that's not correct. So we need to go bigger. So we'll try